Yes, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Spurs Talk Show. I'm here with a man from the community, Mr. Adrian Sroka. How are you, Adrian?
I'm fine, thank you, Sean. Thank you for inviting me on after the game. I'm happy with the 3 points. We've now got 23 points. No Premier League team has started with 23 points after 9 games. Maybe I hope that's an omen for the future, because Spurs fans tend to think, when the wheel's going to come off and things go wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't see that happening, not with that defence. I mean, I just think our defence is absolutely superb. I mean, I would give Vicario man of the match just for that first save against Paulina. Paulina, is it, in the first half?
Paulina, yeah.
Paulina, yeah.
Well, let's start with him, though, Adrian. Vicario, absolute class today, right?
Yes.
Never seemed to be under
That
threat.
wasn't the only good save he made, but it was the best one to me,
But he did also have a couple of moments with his distribution, ball getting played around the back.
Yeah, he did.
Looked a little bit scary.
Yeah, we were trying to wind the clock down a bit and make space, and you're trying to draw players onto you and get the ball away and then get a quick break, because then you get, especially when teams normally defend deep, if you can drag them out of their half, you know what I mean, you create a bit of space, yeah, it was good. We should have gone in more than one go up at half time. It should have been a much more comfortable win. It was a workmanlike, sort of a patient workmanlike performance to me today. It wasn't outstanding, let's not kid ourselves, but this team has got results, and to be fair, we've not on fired on all cylinders, especially with the front three, because we don't know what our best front three is or how we can perm a front three, and we've got a fair few players to select from, but a front three's not fired on all cylinders this season. Probably best was at Burnley away.
Yep.
But Let
me ask you about the specifics of that. A lot of people, I spoke about this a minute ago with Henry. Let's start with Kulu. Very divisive figure amongst the fans, at least in the ones that we speak to on the community every day. Some people love him, think that I personally subscribe to the thought that he's a workhorse, does so much more than just what he is asked to do as a forward. Other people think he's too predictable and that there could be a better player in there, that he needs to get over his desire to stay on his left foot the whole time. Generally speaking today, what did you think of his performance?
I thought he did what he had to do. He worked. What you get with Kulu is, he's got, I think it is 9 goals in 15 assists in now 57 games. Right? I remember that, don't ask me. But and he's a quality footballer. Everybody says he comes in on his left foot, fine, but you still got to get the ball off him. A lot of the times he's got 2 players on it, and he still gives them the slip. What fans want to see from him, isn't it? It's like his debut season end product. That's just what's been missing, isn't it? What he contributes to the team, I think, is fantastic. He holds the ball up against Luton away. He helped us get across the line to get that one-night victory. He is a quality player.
I think he is as well.
I don't care what other fans say. We all have opinions on players, which is fair. It's subjective, isn't it?
Let me pivot to another one who divides opinion. I think this one is probably the weighting of opinion is probably more one-sided than it is with Decky, and that's Richarlison. What were your thoughts on his performance today?
He just can't find his touch, and I find that baffling. I find it baffling because to come through an academy, to come through and play for a Premier League team, to play for your national side and score goals, you have got to have a certain skill set. He has obviously got it, but he's just shot at the moment. He looks tired, and I think after that is stress of thinking about it, you can get mentally tired as well. And he just, I don't know, he needs some sort of refresh. I'm not a sports psychologist, but I don't think he's got mental issues. I don't believe that. Right. I just think when you're out of form and your confidence goes down a bit, you can try to hard this, that and the other. But look, Ange is seeing something in him because he keeps picking him. But if he doesn't up his game soon, if he don't turn it around, it's no good to us, is it? You know what I mean?
100%. Adrian, let's stick on Ange for a moment. I think he made three different sets of substitutions in the game. 2 of them looked like they were forced, obviously Udogie and Pape Sarr. Let's start with them. I do want to come back and sort of full circle it, because I do want to ask your opinion around whether or not there could have been more subs earlier from Ange and what you thought of his overall performance today. But let's start with Udogie and Sarr. If we don't know what the state of their injuries, if there are any, whether there are precautions, but the rumours are that they picked up a knock. How big of a miss might they be?
I think, I was looking at Udogie and he wasn't getting us forward like he used to, and I'm wondering if he's nursing a knock going into the game. Sarr different. I think that might just have been a bit of a refresh out there. I didn't see nothing wrong with him. I thought
he asked for a sub when he went down.
Oh, right. So then obviously I didn't see that. So obviously he obviously picked up a knock. So okay, fair enough.
Is he going to be a big miss? Let's start with Sarr. Is Sarr going to be a big miss, or is Ollie Skip? Because I thought Ollie Skip was pretty commanding when he came on. I thought he did a good job. Is he going to be okay against Palace?
Skip's good. The reason the word coming out of the club was out of the Hotspur way was when Spurs were away in career under Conte that. The two fittest players under Marine, you remember Marine before he sadly died?
Yeah.
The two fittest players doing all them runs were Sarr and Gill.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, were Sarr and Gill. And word out here recently was like, I think Stelios was down the training ground, meeting the other coaches down there, and they said Sarr gets it because he's fitter than Skip. Right. So I'm not. Now it doesn't mean to say fit ain't Skip. Skip isn't fit. It just means that Sarr's got a superior fitness level, and he gets. But I think he's also.
So you're okay with Skip coming in for Palace, though?
I am. But I think Sarr's got such a high ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean, where's he? 6'8". You know what I mean? You don't see him as a Madison 10, but I mean, like 6'8". I mean, I think he's got such a high ceiling. But big shout out today for Romero and Van der Ven, as well.
They were sensational, right? Van der Ven's pace gets us out of trouble when we push a little bit too high. But Romero's timing of his tackles is just out of this world, aren't they?
Yeah, and at times, like I'm very high up on the east stand, next to the south stand, and you're getting people. At times, you think they're up there. We can't see. We haven't got the vision the players got to see if a player's in the way, and you got fans around you screaming, pass it, do this, do that. It's normal in football, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, like, at times you think, yeah, move the ball a bit quicker, move it a little bit quicker. But no, he was superb today, and so was Van der Ven, you know what I mean? Even Porro looked good. I've been a big critic of Porro. I still worry about it being tested on a far post with crosses over the back.
I agree.
But look,
I thought he was really good today going forward, and I think he got back enough times to help out.
Well, technically, he's such a good player. His technique is good. It's far better than Emerson Royal's. Yeah. His technique is far better than his. So, but
who was the man of the match for you today, Adrian?
I'm giving it to Vicario. I'd give it to Vicario for that first save in the first half.
Spectacular.
That was a brilliant save, but he made another excellent save and another difficult save in the second half, didn't he? And other things would just planted in his hand, basically, pussyfoot shots, basically, like he had to deal with. His distribution, a bit questionable at times, but he's confident, isn't he? He's the different goalkeeper to Brentford away first season, first match of the season. He's such a good sweeper keeper, and he's confident. And what I like about him as well, they say he's always looking to progress play quickly. He's got a throw that he'll throw to the halfway line, and as soon as he's in the penalty or he's got the ball, he's looking to give it the ball to someone to get us going on the front foot. Sorry. And I mean, when I watched Raya against Chelsea and that, and I thought, well, we were in for Raya and Vicario. What a steal! I think he's a fantastic. I know I'm Spurs, I'm entitled to be biased. I haven't seen a better goalkeeper this season than Vicario.
I think the stats suggest that in terms of save percentages, I think Vicario is number one in the league, and he's putting the rest to shame at the moment. Mate, let's move away from the game to the kind of season. We were just having a conversation, I know you heard it with me and Henry Wright for Henry Wright's channel. I've got concerns a little bit about the performances. I personally didn't think that today. I thought it was comfortable. I thought we did a professional job of getting the job done. I thought we shut down the game after about 60 minutes and didn't really have any interest in going again. But ultimately, I don't think there was any threat tonight. But I still haven't seen Tottenham really get to that next level.
We haven't fired on 8 cylinders, have we? We were sloppy second half, weren't we? Let's be fair.
Yeah.
We were sloppy, right, in positions, and that could have cost us. That sloppiness could have cost us. But
against a better team, we might have been.
But because we've got better defenders now, if we had the old defenders last season or a season ago, we might have drawn that game or lost it. Seriously,
yeah.
I'm serious now. But because we got Romero and Van der Ven together, different ball game, but we were still sloppy at times, you know.
Are you worried at all? Like, we've got through a wonderful run of fixtures. We're top of the table. We're 2 points clear at the table. We beat Crystal Palace, and I think we could. I'm going to get your opinion on that in a second. Then we're 5 points clear before any other team can kick another football, which is a great opportunity. But after that, it starts to turn up a notch in terms of competition. You've got Chelsea next, Wolves, who are on the back of a good result against City when they beat City a couple of weeks ago. Then you've got Aston Villa that are really, really improved. And then as we move into December, then you start to play some of the bigger boys again. Are you comfortable with where we're at in terms of the performances as much as you are in terms of the?
You can't say it on performances. When you're getting results and you've got more league points than anyone's got at this stage in the season in the Premier League, you can't complain about that. Also, you have to consider it. I mean, a lot of Spurs fans, I'm always like glass, half, I'm always like more positive than negative, like, and like you'll get fans that are saying, oh, the next 4 games, this game's hard. Look, let's be fair, every game's hard in the Premier League. And their fans, the fans of the teams we're going to play, they're going to be thinking, they'll be biting their fingernails. They think, oh, we're playing Spurs, they're top of the league. So like, we should be a bit more positive about where we are, because then confidence comes. And what they should fear, I mean, Sean, I honestly think we're going to spank some teams this season when we click. When have we really played? We haven't had one of them games when you say, like, you might get 3 or 4 of them games.
Maybe Burnley or Bournemouth. I think we were more comfortable.
Burnley, yeah. But I mean,
you're right though. And listen, I don't want to come across, because I'm always critiqued in the comments when I'm sort of dampening the atmosphere a little bit by asking some tougher questions. I feel like we need to critique the performance as much as the result.
I'm not. If we don't suffer a glut of injuries to key players, we're in a title race.
You're saying it now. We're in a title race.
No, we are because like our defence is so good, our midfield is good, and we've got 4 really. When you say Basuma, Bentancur will come back. He would have been very helpful in that midfield today, because he can move the ball quickly between and beat the press as well as Basuma. If them 2 had been playing today, I think we'd have spanked these about 5-0. So, no joke. I mean, I really believe that. So we got Sarr as well, and then you got Skip and Højbjerg, and they won't be going in January for the simple reason is like we have other priorities to get players in, right? Other than in midfield. That can wait till the summer. Spurs fans shouldn't worry about that. We've got plenty of cover in midfield.
So what do we need in January?
Well, what we need is a left centre back and a left back. Now, Lloyd Kelly might be the answer because he can play in both positions, or it might not be him. I don't know what Tosin Adarabioyo's doing. If he still wants to go to Monaco, he can in January, because he like Lloyd Kelly's in the last year of his contract. Yeah. So you could get either of them. Me personally, I'd love Bremer, or even I forgot the name of the guy in the German league now. The guy.
Well, Per Schurz has just got an ACL.
Not Per Schurz or Victor Nelson. All this talk about Victor Nelson. Look, if we really wanted him, we could have got him off their Turkish side last year. They were crying out for someone to come and buy one of their players. Yeah. So it's not him. I'm talking about. Who's the other German centre back? Leverkusen or
Tapsoba.
Tapsoba.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd rather. Don't see that.
I don't see. I don't think we're going to go that level.
Sign a new contract. Don't see that happening. Bremer is an option actually. He cost them. He only cost Juventus 40 million euros.
And he works. He's with CAA base, who we've got 90% of their players.
Which was 30 million pound, and these Italian clubs are skinned, man.
Yeah. Maybe we can sort out a 50-50 with Højbjerg.
40-45. Yeah. You could probably get. I reckon you could get. And what he's awesome last season in Italy. His stats were fantastic. Right?
Adrian, and moving away from January, mate, just to sort of wrap this up, the next 4 games, as I say, we've got Crystal Palace, then we've got Chelsea, then we've got Wolves, then we've got Villa before City. How many points are we getting?
12.
12 from 12. Top of the league going into December.
Yeah, no, I'm going that way. Yeah, I know, we're in the title race. We're in it. I don't see why not. I watched Villa beat West Ham comprehensively. They looked decent, but they looked, progression up the field. I thought it's probably used to Spurs doing it a bit quicker, moving the ball a bit quicker. I thought, yeah, you're good. No, they're good. you know, and don't get me wrong, football's... Look, you could get a player sent off, anything could happen, and everything gets tipped upside down, you know? But I don't see why we can't beat Wolves. Wolves have played some good football on the ground, they just can't seem to get a result. Palace, we usually go there, they rarely beat us there. I mean, normally we win there like by the odd goal, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll win Friday. Then we got another week game on a Monday. I'm sure they fix these fixtures against Spurs, you know.
Well, hopefully we can get all 12 points, mate, and we
Chelsea,
can and we get there, right?
Well, then we need to see. Now we're at home, so I back us to beat anyone at home. But then, you know, attitudes will change after the Palace game because it depends how our rivals do.
Yeah.
I don't think Chelsea looked flaky against Arsenal. 2 goals up and you let it slip. And Arsenal didn't look great at the back either.
Both teams didn't look great. I didn't think
great,
Chelsea were the better team, but I don't think Arsenal were. I don't think Arsenal were anywhere near as good as they were last year. But they're finding a way to get it done.
I think there's been some psychological damage done to Arsenal. I think they had their best chance. Like when we were chasing Leicester, was their best chance. I think this is their best chance, and I think like
we'll see what happens.
No.
Adrian, mate, where can people find you, my man?
You can find me on Twitter at Adrian_Sroka. Or you can find me on Facebook or on a Spurs group for 12,500 fans on a page. It's Spurs Diehards. If you type Spurs Diehards, if you use Facebook, you'll find us there, yeah?
Wonderful.
Cheers.
Adrian, mate, absolute legend. Thanks so much, mate. Appreciate you. There you go, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.